What's up, viewers? Once again, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm your host, Tyrell Reactions. Now, the World Championships in Tokyo just kicked off, and I have a video that I'd love to share with you. And of course, I'd love to urge you to please consider subscribing to my channel if you are yet to subscribe to my channel. To my new viewers, my new subscribers, I have to say this. Thank you so much for giving me your massive support. Now, if you don't want to miss any of the updates, uh, that's happening in the championship, please consider subscribing to my channel. So watch this video and then I'll be back with a few comments.
Wow, Oblique Seville was almost left standing in his blocks. Excellent work by Layla. And Seville has left this unbelievably late.
The twitch there from Benitez in the blocks, but they get away okay, and Kishane Thompson with his normal style there just moves up through the phases, and he's looking around, he looks right, he looks left.
Well, it was a reasonably good start by Lyles, and it isn't always. Blake running well, and so too Albelushi on the far side. Now,
what's up, guys? Once again, welcome back, and I'd love for us to have a few discussion about the race that we've just watched. Now, I know a lot of people will start criticizing Oblique Seville. Others say that he didn't have his head fully in the game. That's why when the gun ran off, he was still left standing in his lane. Well, like I said, we all have different expectations. But as fans, most of us just expect these athletes to deliver the very best. That's what we expect of them. But in this case of Oblique Seville, you cannot tell if he really had his head in the game, or maybe he had something else that was distracting him. Because we've seen that he really had a very, very poor start, but he managed to recover. Now, in this case, we saw South Africa take the lead in this first round hit, and then it was Nigeria, and then Jamaica. Now, South Africa, they took the lead by a time of 9.87, and then followed by Nigeria, whereby they clocked a time for over 9.88. Now we have the case of Oblique Seville. He managed to clock a time of 9.93. Well, as much as we've seen it all, and most of us termed it as a poor start, we cannot judge them at this point. It's too early for us to judge what we've just witnessed from Oblique Seville, because we've seen what he is capable of in the recent races and past races that he has participated in. And most of all, don't forget that he is from Jamaica. So let's not start criticizing him at this level at this point, but rather just give him peace of mind so that he can work on whatever was bothering him. Now, and the second hit, we had Kishane Thompson, and of course we know Kishane Thompson really delivers when it comes to big stages. Kishane Thompson never fails to deliver what his fans expect from him and his country. This guy has a really big love for the track and field and his country. And of course, we all know the other Paris Olympics 2024. We saw there was some altercations and some, I don't know which is the right word to use, but during the finish line, there was that issue between Kishane Thompson and Lyles, whereby people started saying that Kishane Thompson won the race. But the Paris Olympics officials, they gave the lead to Lyles. And I know that, of course, really fueled Kishane Thompson and Jamaicans too. And in this case, we've seen what Kishane Thompson has come up with. He came with his fire burning, very prepared, and whereby we saw Jamaica take the first lead, whereby it was courtesy of Kishane Thompson, whereby he clocked a time of 9.95 seconds, and then we had Canada, where they clocked a time of 10.19. That's pretty impressive from these athletes. And like I said, these are great athletes. These people, they do a lot of trainings, they practice a lot, they endure a lot of things that we as fans we might not have an idea of, but we only expect them to deliver the best. Now if you compare the case of Oblique Seville, and now you see Kishane Thompson, these two people, these two great athletes, they are both from Jamaica. But you've seen Kishane Thompson, he fully had his head in the game. His strides, he knew when to accelerate. Because we've seen his start and also the other athletes, how they started. They started off well, all of them. But now Kishane Thompson really had to show everybody who he is. Now, what I'd love us to talk about is also this other hit whereby we had the world champion and Olympic champion Lyles from the United States. Now, most of us are familiar with this name. We are familiar of who Lyles is, and of course, he won the Paris Olympics back in 2024, and many people questioned his win, but we'll not focus on that as we are having another Olympics ahead of us. So he'll have to prove himself, but in this case, in this heat, we've seen him prove himself that he is indeed the world champion and the Olympic champion. Well, he did well in this race, and of course he managed to clock a time of 9.95, just similar to that of Jamaican Kishane Thompson. And of course again we had Blake, who clocked a time of 10.07, and Blake is from Jamaica. So once again, these athletes, they have really done great. They have managed to pull out some of the best moves we've seen so far, but most of us, we are familiar with them. We expected them to deliver the right things, and in this case we've seen some of them do well, put their head in the game, but unfortunately, may we just hold our heads high for Oblique Seville. We wish him all the best in the upcoming races. So let's not criticize any of these athletes, and much congratulations to all the other athletes who took part in this race. And I've been your host, Tyrell Reactions, and remember, if you're watching my videos for the first time, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and of course like this channel, subscribe, so that you don't miss any updates that I'll be sharing with you on my channel. I want you to continue sticking with me. We are almost at 300 subscribers from 0. I'll never get tired of telling you this because you've been with me, you've stood with me, you are still supporting me. So guys, until we meet again in my next video, peace out and one love.